see. All right, some personal and professional philosophies about developing a positive life and why it's important to make.
There's a few of them, and I expect many students have heard this. The idea of anything worth doing is worth doing right. Sets the stage. Doing a little more than is expected of you every day sets the stage. Being humble, being appreciative, being loving, being forgiving, being hardworking, efficient, and generous. Those are really time-tested values and qualities of an individual, because statistically, if those are the things you're thinking about, if those are the things that you're letting fill your heart, I think a lot of people have demonstrated they're happier, they're more content, and quite frankly, they're more productive. They're just better at whatever game it is that they're playing. And you hear people like a Michael Jordan or a LeBron James or a Tom Brady or a Jimmy Johnson. When you listen to them, they all have that same worked hard, stayed focused, be serious, but at the same point in time, enjoy the game. And in some loosely related way, they too are saying what I said in The Happy Guy, that they don't stop playing basketball to then all of a sudden think about being in real estate. They let those two worlds merge, and then they come up with their unique combination. And so I think staying positive, working hard are habits, and you build those habits, and you most importantly hang around people that share those habits and those values, so that you can reinforce and support each other when the troubled times come.
I agree. All right, we're getting back to some personal information. What do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
Right now, spend a lot of time in the water, social distancing, music, going to concerts. Big concert fan. Has been put on hold. Try not to spend any more time in front of the computer than we absolutely have to. So go out on the water. We do, spear fishing for hogfish.
Oh, is that what these are here?
Yeah. We do sponging, where we go out and harvest sponges and try to do art with that, paint trees or whatever one does with a sponge. We've done boating, a lot of good boating, back and forth through the Keys. Fishing, not too good at that. As a matter of fact, feel terrible about it every time you almost catch one. So, we don't focus on that too much. But that's it. Coconuts, raising mustard greens. Got a little garden going. So, that feels a lot of time.
All right, getting back to your old roots.
Circle life.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I hear you. All right, let's see. Who inspires you?
The people who inspire me are the ones who you watch them, and they take a little setback, and they come back and they say things like, "It was my fault. I understood what happened, and I can make it better." And frankly, it doesn't matter if it's in music, it doesn't matter if it's in sports, in politics, in business. Individuals, the folks that really inspire me are the ones that just say, "We're going to figure this out, and we know it's going to be messy, and we know it's not going to be perfect. But if we stay focused, we stay coordinated, we can persevere." And I think there are lots of examples out there for students, principals, local mayors, business leaders. They're all around us. The people that just lead with, "We are going to be successful," are the kind of people that inspire me.
I like that. That's true. Surrounding yourself by those kind of people, huh? All right. So you've competed in a lot of sports. Some of them being the Boston Marathon,
Mm-hmm.
the Leadville Trail 100, which is what?
100-mile run through Colorado. Yeah.
100-mile run, okay. The CrossFit Open Qualifier, and what was your global ranking?
I got to 149th in the world, so that was a good phase of my life.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go back to the Leadville 100.
Okay.
For you folks that have been around the track a few times, 100 miles takes about 30 hours. Mine took 29 hours, 35 minutes, and some seconds. I really encourage anybody that likes to run to think about it and really pursue that as a goal. It teaches you a lot about yourself. It teaches you a lot about nature, and it's an experience that only few people get to experience. But that was something. But after spending all that time on the road, I did have to go back to CrossFit and work on
Not
that.
just 70 miles.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Let's see some of the other things. You were in Panama City Ironman.
Yeah, did the Ironman. That is, that's a tough race. I'd never done a triathlon, and so we went in, bought a bicycle, got a swimsuit. Didn't even have one of those. And I was a runner. I'd done marathons, so it ended up 140 miles, I think it was, 13 hours. So that was a good race.
That's a lot of grind.
Some of the others was, we did, Jason Bodner did the Main Street Mile, and so we were able to get that done in about 5 minutes and 6 seconds. I ran it 3 years, never could get rid of that 6 seconds, and then I guess down here in Key West we did the pole vaulting.
Pole vault paradise.
Yeah, and came in fourth in that, but Father Time's undefeated, and I think my shoulder still feels a little of that.
What about in South Africa? What did you do in that?
One of the longest and oldest running ultramarathons was is called Comrades in South Africa. So I ran that with my son Miles, who also one year we ran a marathon every month. So we ran 12 marathons in a year. Went down there. It's 90 miles. No, that's not true. It was 90 kilometers, which makes it around 60 miles. Mm-hmm. And you have to do that. What's exciting about that race is you have a set period of time, and when they get to that set period of time, they shut it off, and it doesn't matter if you're 1 inch, 1 foot, or 1 mile, you don't get to finish the race. And so it was
That's
exciting.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it would be, but it was exciting to do that.
Finished, yeah?
Yeah, sure enough.
Let's see. Well, you've almost explained some of it, but what motivated you to participate in all these events?
Yeah, I think you got me right. Everything that we did, whether it was flying airplanes, bull riding, mountain climbing, Boston Marathon, Ironman, just any crazy idea that we came up with gets back to someone we were working with was excited about it. We started talking about it, wanted to experience it. As a matter of fact, the guy who sent me these questions, Sean, we had a customer in Nashville, Tennessee, and started working with Megan Bell on a country music song called Old School. Sean helped us produce it. You should go up there and see it. It's really good work he did. But that too was exactly the same thing, that our clients in Nashville, Tin Care, the individuals there, were brought up in country music. They like country music, and so we just got interested and gave it a whirl. And Sean was good to help us, and it turned out super. Mm-hmm. And so that's really the explanation of any and all of that.
Yeah, that's a good explanation. All right, so now we want to know, final question. Are there any good books, media, you would encourage young individuals to expose themselves to in the pursuit of their careers?
Certainly I'd tell you to read A Short Guide to a Happy Life and A Happy Guide, just to be self-promoting.
Go ahead.
If you do nothing, just compare the two books and see which one fits with you. That's a good thing. There's another book called Strength Finders. Mm-hmm. I am a big fan of that book, and what it says to any individual, regardless of your age, you're probably better off making your strengths better and finding a teammate to do what you're weak than spending your whole life working on what you're not strong at doing. My oldest son is United States Australian rules football player. He's quick as a cat, played Division I basketball, and picked up Australian rules football when he was down there for graduate school. He's quick, he's small, he can kick, he has great eye-to-hand coordination. There is no way he's going to be a fullback. He cannot play the big name job. And so if he will give those assignments to his bigger teammates and really focus on doing what he does well, as opposed to trying to be an undersized, lineman, he would be better served. And that's exactly what it works. Well, what they're saying is, whether it's in your college career or your job, try to get assignments, try to work in things that lend to exploit those things that are your assets, your capabilities, that make you unique and value add to that assignment. So that Strength Finders is a good one. And then there's a third one called Talent Code. And, that's a hard read for, a young student, but, if you're thinking about graduating from high school, it really starts to reflect on, parts of the book. Quickly, executive summary talks about how you build talent and whether you're a great violinist, a great soccer player, a great tennis player, or a great mathematician, how do you go about becoming exceptional? And the technique is described in this book called Talent Code, and that's, we've all heard it. Perfect practice makes perfect play. Just work really, really hard as you practice your craft, whatever it is, do it perfectly, make a mistake, go back, do it perfectly a little bit further, come back, and that's another great book. But those are all about building capacity as an individual. That's why I like those.
Excellent. Well, hey, it's been fun. We appreciate all your advice and hearing about your life, and sounds like it's an exciting one.
Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate you having us. Hope this is useful to y'all.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.